supplement, 2 little tails. And then when they come together, what happens is the tails meet up and touch. And they actually literally like fold up around the nutrients. So the liposome, and these are the nutrients on the inside, and then this is what a cell looks like. Again, same liposomal, heads and tails touching. That's how a cell looks. Next one. Then what happens is the liposome comes up on the cell and it fuses to the cell. Next. And once that happens, then as it starts to deliver the nutrients, and once the fusion. Next one. And then once it's completed, the nutrients are in the cell, and then it actually reuses or recycles the liposomes and uses it to keep the cell healthy. In fact, there's some research out there that says even if you just had liposomes every day, it would improve your health. You would see an improvement in health. So there are benefits just to the delivery system, not to mention the nutrients that are in them. So again, does that give you a nice visual so you understand? So you can just explain to people. It's a delivery system that fuses to the cell, delivers its nutrients, and then reuses the fat. It's that simple. But this will give you a visual so you can see how those nutrients are delivered. Another thing that's great about it too is those phospholipids, they can just go through that, that harsh gastric system and not be touched. They just cruise right through, and they don't get broke down like an oral supplement. Next one. Now we're going to look at our different products. We have the core essentials. I'm going to kind of relate. Who knows what the #1 New Year's resolution is? Lose weight. So I'm going to kind of tie this a little bit to that. There's so many different things that these products can be used for, but I'm just going to give you one thing that you can correlate it with. So with the core essentials, I always explain to people, when you're trying to lose weight, it's very difficult to follow any program if you have cravings. Very difficult. When I worked clinically, I spent my first 3 years in nutrition doing bariatrics. That's working with morbidly obese people and trying to get their weight off. And there were certain things that I found. People that had low potassium usually crave salt. People with low magnesium crave chocolate. People that crave sugar all the time usually have low vitamin C. So there was things that I saw consistently, and I would supplement them with the different nutrients, and they wouldn't have those cravings. And so whenever our body is missing things, we're craving. And even in the day, I find people that don't eat breakfast and don't start eating until the afternoon, they end up having the night lunches because the body didn't get the nutrients it needed in the first part of the day. And so it's looking for it in the latter part of the day. And so the body is always going to be looking for things to keep it healthy. It needs those building blocks. Core Essentials is a great way to start your day. Have your breakfast, take your Core Essentials, and again, get the nutrients in your body so that you have better energy, better focus, better everything, because your body actually has building blocks it can work with. Okay. Energy, one of the most #1 complaint that doctors hear today is that people are fatigued. They don't have energy. That is the #1 thing that people struggle with. Back to New Year's resolution, it's pretty hard to have any desire to exercise or do anything when you don't have any energy. Energy is a great formulation. What they did is, the two things that they used are the ones I like to formulate with, and that's because most of the other things that are out there, like just pure caffeine and everything, are so hard on your adrenal glands. And people don't understand when you fry that, you gain weight, you have fatigue, it creates hormone issues. There's a whole balance of things that get out of whack. With this, they chose things that the body actually handles quite well. The first thing that they're using is some guarana, and I like guarana because the natural caffeine that's in it, people usually do very well with. The second thing I like about it is there's some really great research showing its effect on appetite. So it's great for appetite suppression. And then we also use some green tea. Green tea has some great antioxidant protection. You're also getting some theanine, which is really good for a lot of different things. There's a lot of things that green tea has some really great research, even on energy, showing that it gives you a nice, lift in energy, but without the crash. And so I was really glad that those were the two that they chose to use for the energy component. So if you're looking for a little bit of extra energy, you can use, the energy product. Next one. neuro. I'm huge on brain health. I guess when you get to my age, that does matter. Where we live, I've noticed a lot of assisted living centers popping up everywhere. We have a lot of people in their 50s and 60s now that are struggling with dementia and Alzheimer's. This is a big problem today. And it's a costly problem. You know, if that's you, it's very expensive. And so the more we can take care of our brains, the better off we're going to be. I like Dr. Amen's work. I've looked at a lot of his work, and he does these SPEC scans of the brain. It's very fascinating. But the brain is one of those things in our bodies that we can improve upon and we can regenerate. And he has shown before pictures of people that have done drugs, and they'll have all these holes in their SPEC scan. Then he takes them, and through nutrition and supplementation, you see dramatic improvements. He's done a lot with football players where they've had the concussions and stuff, and they've just got holes all over their brains in these SPEC scans. Then through nutrition and supplementation, he's been able, their brain scans look completely different. And he's really funny. He always talks about people having brain envy, and it is. You'll see some people that are 30-year-olds that their brain looks like the brain of a 60-year-old, and you'll see people that are 60 that look like they have the brain of a 30-year-old. And so the more we can take care of our brain health, the healthier we're going to be. Now, one of the things that they're using in this that I'm really excited about, and it is cutting edge, is nootropics. It's really cutting edge right now for brain. A lot of people that are into what they call biohacking their genes and their health are using nootropics. A lot of your techie people use them because it literally creates more mental focus, clearer brain, you know, and the benefits that they're seeing from a mental aspect are huge. So back to the New Year's resolution. When we're in a good mood and when we can focus clearly, it's easier to follow a program. Even when you're training, I spent 6 years working with top fitness models, fixing their metabolic damage because of the fact that they just fry their body. They overtrain, they overdo everything. And it's really interesting to see, you know, when you're training, there is something to be said for the focus that you have on the muscle as you're developing it. That when you're working out, you're not just working out mindlessly. That you're very focused on, okay, what do I want that bicep to look like? What do I want the tricep to look like? What do I want these things to look like? And you will see greater strides when you can truly focus on what you're trying to accomplish. So again, the neuro product for me, I can't imagine not taking that. Now, it was really funny. Yesterday, I did an interview with Dallin and Carrie, and Dallin had been on it for 3 days, and he was really noticing how much better his mood was. And especially because in Utah, we've just had tons of snow this year, and it's just been overcast and just yucky, and just dark, dreary, and yet he feels happy and upbeat. So again, there's a lot to be said when you take care of your brain. It's very important. You know, one thing Dr. Amen says that I just love is he says, you know, what is it when you go to the doctor, and especially if you're over 50, first thing they want to do is what? Colonoscopy. And he's like, why are they looking here when they need to be looking here? This is what controls everything. And he says, nobody ever wants to look at your brain. And yet your brain is such an important part of how our body functions. You need to take care of it. And so to me, the neuro, I mean, I just think if you're 30 and older, it's an absolute must. You should be using something to support your brain. If you're younger and you've been in athletics or anything that has, you don't realize your brain is in this hard shell, and it's like a stick of butter. And so if you were to take and put a stick of butter in something hard and just shake it out, look at what it does to that. That's what it does to your brain. And so if you've been in a situation where your brain has been knocked around a lot, neuro would be a great support for your brain. Next one. Renew. Love this product. Now, one of the things that I have been working with liposomes for 3 years now. I have a practitioner line that Dr. Blair actually manufactures, and so I've had the opportunity of using this for 3 years. I know how effective they are, and I know how quickly they work. So that is why I'm so passionate. And I'm going to press pause real quick. One of the reasons why I came to Vasayo, I was working for another company, was happy with where I was. I wasn't unhappy. Loved the people I worked with, but I had always wanted to do liposomal. And I had gone to the company I was with previously, liposomal was just starting to come out. I'm like, let's do a liposomal line. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And even my last company, I went to them 9 months ago and I said, can you please do a liposomal? And I was going to even use Dr. Blair's facility for my manufacturing. And he was like, no, I don't really want to do it. And now this is going to come back to bite him, let me put it that way. So anyway, for me, it's like a dream come true because I'm getting to fulfill something that I've wanted to do. And I look forward to the future. There's several formulations I would love to take through this technology that I see that we have holes and that there are needs for, but there isn't a product to fill it. And so I'm hoping as we go down the road that we will be able to do that. And even when I look at the 5 Vasayo products, if I were going to start a company and I was going to start with liposomes, I would have started with the 5 that they chose. That's exactly where I would go because the biggest mistake that people make in this industry is they find a product and then they try to create a need. What Vasayo has done is there was already the need, they created the product. Don't you think that's a lot more wiser to already know that there's a demand, these people need this, they have these issues? Just create a product for them. So much easier. And that's what Vasayo has done. This is a great example. This one is great for helping to maintain healthy inflammatory responses. Inflammation is a huge problem. We age because our body's inflamed. We get disease because our body is inflamed. When you work out, back to New Year's resolution, that's just the natural process. You tear muscle down, it creates inflammation, then you rebuild it. And so this is a great product. I've been using a product that is very similar to this for about 9 or 10 months now. It's been out in this other line that I've been using. But again, this other line I've been using, you have to be a doctor to get it. You can't just go buy it. You have to go to a physician, and a physician has to give it to you, or they can order it, but you can't order it. And so this is what's so great about Vasayo is now we're able to get these things to lots of people, and it doesn't have to be just through a doctor. Now with this one, they're using curcumin. Now curcumin is a great product, and there's tons of research showing how well it works for helping to maintain healthy inflammation response. And but the problem with curcumin is it's very hard to absorb through an oral delivery. It's almost impossible. You get almost nothing off of it. Where with liposomal, you can actually get almost everything off of it. So again, you see a greater benefit. The other ingredient that's really amazing in this is they're using some resveratrol. So you're getting antioxidant protection. Most people that have inflammation has lots of oxidative stress. You want to shut those antioxidants down. People don't realize how bad oxidants are, and you have to have a balance. The body makes oxidants and it also makes antioxidants, but unfortunately with all the toxins and everything we're exposed to, we're getting hit harder and harder by oxidants than we have enough antioxidants. So that's why antioxidants, there's been a lot of research done on them because we need the extra protection that they give us, and resveratrol is one of the better ones. So again, if you're someone that has any kind of, one thing you don't realize, by the time you have aches and pains, your body's in major inflammation. Where a lot of people walking around, they don't have any aches or pain, they still have inflammation in their body. So there is a lot of benefits to using this product every single day. And again, if you exercise, you need this product. Your body needs the antioxidant protection, and it needs the helping to maintain healthy inflammation response. Next one. And then the last one is our sleep. 63% of people today have sleep issues. That's a lot of people. And we won't even talk about all the children, although this is not a product for children. But sleep is a big problem that we're seeing with today. And another thing, too, that people don't realize, back to our New Year's resolution, is people that don't sleep lose 50% less fat than those people that sleep. Sleep is very important. The body regenerates between 10 and 2. You want to be in bed by 10 o'clock if at all possible. Get up at 7, go to bed at 10. Get into that circadian cycle. It's very important for good health. And so this is really important. I just listened to a study a few days ago, and it was talking about how people that had lack of sleep for the night before ate almost 400 additional calories the next day. The body was looking for those calories to give the body energy so it could function the next day. So again, sleep is really important. and it does affect weight. When we don't have the sleep we need, then we're going to see an increase in our weight. So we want to make sure that, like I said, if you have any kind of sleep issues, you're going to love this formulation. They're using some melatonin, some GABA, some great ingredients that really help people with sleep, and actually have different things that people are actually missing today because of all the Wi-Fi stuff and all the different things that we're being inundated with. Next one. So one thing I want you to remember, and if someone asks you, what is Vasayo? Well, Vasayo is delivering nutrients in a better way. We're doing something that nobody has done before. And again, it is nice to know that when you're taking a supplement, that you're actually going to use it. One other thing I do want to bring up too, back to the core essentials, one of the number one issues that I see as a nutritionist is mineral deficiencies. Of course, our soil right now, we're supposed to have 52 minerals that should be in the soil when you grow something. That when they plant something, they only put 2 minerals back. So we're very mineral depleted. Unfortunately, people don't understand is you can't use a vitamin without minerals present. You can use vitamins without minerals, but you can't use, you can use minerals without vitamins, but you can't use vitamins without minerals. So I love the fact that they used the minerals that they did, and then they used a trace mineral blend. And that is really important. In order for you to be healthy, you need those minerals. And like I said, the majority of the people walking around. Well, here's how you can tell if you have a mineral issue. Number one, for every 1 sugar molecule you put in your body, so think of how much sugar you eat, it robs 56 molecules of magnesium. So we're talking about a society that is magnesium depleted. Most people have huge issues with lack of magnesium. When you look at what that one mineral does and how important it is to your body, you would never not want to be without it. And like I said, I take a liposomal magnesium every single day. I can take a lot of it, and that's another thing that's great about liposomes. You can take a lot of these things and you don't get the normal, like if you take vitamin C and magnesium through an oral application, you're not leaving the toilet. Where if you do it in a liposomal, you don't have that effect. So your body's getting those nutrients. And what's happening, like with magnesium, is the receptor sites have taken what they can because it's like overload for them. Everything just goes right through and you're, like I said, you're just spending time in the toilet. So that's what's so great about the liposome delivery. It is just so wonderful for delivering nutrients where they need to be. So that's what I have for you today, because I thought I was going to keep things short, but here's the beauty of this, is this is my most favorite, the most favorite thing when I travel and speak, no matter who I'm speaking for, is people like to have their questions answered. So we're going to give you a little bit of time for you to ask me some questions